Hey guys, my name is Chris, and this is my pilot review. Part of a multi collaborative channel called A-Force, where me and my friends we're going to be doing a lot of tech unboxings, reviews, gameplay footage, and game reviews as well. So we're looking forward to doing a lot of that stuff and showing you guys a lot of the stuff that we're into, whether it's audio or gameplay. We do a lot of computer work as well. So we're really excited as to as to what we have to offer for the internet. So for my pilot review, I will be reviewing the Sennheiser MM400X. So the MM400X from Sennheiser is part of Sennheiser's MM line of headphones, which were designed for mobile devices. It offers Bluetooth and wired connectivity, as well as a built-in microphone, so that the headphones can be used as a headset, for phone conversations. But with a price tag of $350 to $400, depending on where you are. We are in Canada, so I think these retail for around $399. For that price, let's see what these guys have to offer in terms of sound quality and comfort. Now, before we go into detail with the headphones, let's quickly go over what's in the packaging. I've already taken the liberty of unboxing it, so it's just a matter of going over what's in the box itself. So we of course have the headphones themselves, the MM400X. These are the headphones. Including is a soft carrying pouch. And the soft carrying pouch actually has two pockets. There's one pocket for the headphones themselves, as well as a small accessory pocket for cable accessories. And in terms of cable accessories, you actually they do include a micro USB cable, so you don't have to buy one. Although these ones are relatively cheap to replace if you do lose them. So a good thing that they are using micro USB. They do also include a proprietary auxiliary connector. This one which plugs into your music device. This one is at a right angle, and the proprietary connector, I believe it's 2.5 millimeters, I'm going to be guessing. And so this would be used to listen to the headphones in wired mode. So if you're listening to a device which doesn't have Bluetooth, or if you are in an airplane, for example, where Bluetooth is off because of airplane mode, this is what you would do to listen to music. The airplane adapter is also included right here. Also included is an AC to USB power adapter. With portability in mind, Sennheiser did make assumptions that people would be taking these headphones around the world, and so they do include power adapters for some of the most common power outlet standards. I do have the North American outlet already installed since I am in Canada. They do also include ones for Britain. This is Australia, I believe, and then this is the rest of Europe, such as France and Germany. Now, the first observation when seeing these headphones for the first time is just how small they are compared to regular sized headphones. They are supraoral or on-ear headphones, meaning that the cups themselves rest on your ear. And while resulting in less background noise or less attenuation of outside noise, I did start feeling discomfort only after about an hour. That being said, I've only used these headphones for about a week, so it probably will take a little longer before I finally break into them. But with that being said, on-ear headphones are prone to being generally uncomfortable after some time, since the cups do push against your ear quite a bit. Moving the headphones to the right side, you notice that this is where the navigation buttons are. The center button is used to play, pause, answer call, turn the headphones on and off, as well as to activate the Bluetooth settings. To turn on, simply hold the center button until 3 blue lights flash. Continue holding afterwards, and the LED will begin flashing blue and red, indicating that it is now in pairing mode, where you can now pair it to your Bluetooth compatible device. To turn off after, simply hold the center button until 3 red lights flash. To play, pause, or receive an incoming call, simply press the button once. Right, and then going to the up and down arrows, these are used to increase and decrease the volume. Fairly straightforward. And on the left and right buttons, these are used to skip forward, back, as well as to fast forward and rewind music. On the bottom of the right side, you'll notice that this is the port for the auxiliary cable. This will be right there. And of course, this turns the Bluetooth headphones into wired headphones for non-Bluetooth devices, as well as for airplane use. Moving over to the left side, this is where the battery is held, and this is where the charging port is. So right underneath this flap right here is going to be the micro USB charging port. And the great thing about using micro USB is that when it comes to replacing the cable, if you lose the cable that Sennheiser provided for you, replacement USB cables are fairly inexpensive, so it's a really cheap expense if you lose a cable. The battery is also housed on the left side, and by pushing on a notch on the inside, this small section comes out to reveal the replaceable lithium-ion battery. And the model number, I believe, is BA370PX. Replacement batteries are about $30, so it's fairly inexpensive as well, considering the total cost of the headphones themselves. So now my personal opinion on the headphones themselves. In terms of sound quality, I was actually pretty blown away by the warmth. Details was the accuracy of these headphones. I listened to a variety of genres from indie folk to contemporary to rock, jazz, big band, as well as a lot of classical music. I listened to a mix of different standard 128 kilobit MP3s to the highest quality 320 kilobit MP3s, as well as FLAC files as well. And with each genre as well as each file compression, it actually reproduced the music very, very well. One of the problems I did have with the headphones themselves was that it was a little heavy on the bass when I was listening to a lot of contemporary jazz recordings. But with the likes of Monster, Bose, Beats, they're creating a lot of products where the sound signature is a little bit more V-shaped. So you do have more emphasized bass as well as treble, and not a lot of emphasis on the mid-range frequencies. And so you do get a lot of that. A lot of companies are creating headphones with that sound signature just because it is what most people are used to. So with that in mind, I was a little bit more forgiving with that. But overall, with that being said, even though the bass was a little too high for my liking, it in no way overpowered the mids or the highs, with the headphones themselves. Specific recordings that I listen to, I do listen to a lot of jazz and classical. So what I listened to was a lot of, for example, the first minute of McCoy Tyner's Contemplation from the Real McCoy album. A really great example just because it starts off with a double bass as well as a ride cymbal on the drums. So it's a really great example of showing the balance between the low and the high frequencies. So it was a really great listen to sort of listen to the sound that the headphones produce. Little Girl Blue from Diana Krall's From That Moment On album is another great example of which showcases the low to mid frequencies. Starts off with it's a cello solo in the first 40 seconds, so really great listen as well. Going to some of the low notes that the cello can reach. Really, really great experience when listening to that. I was really, really impressed by these headphones. For vocal tracks, again, I listen to mostly a lot of jazz. It is a genre that I usually listen to. So a lot of artists such as Diana Krall, Michael Bublé, Harry Connick Jr., even a little bit of Nat King Cole as well. In terms of non-jazz artists, I listen to Billy Joel, John Mayer, Coldplay, and again, the reproduction of sound was incredible, and the detail actually surpassed my desktop headphones, which are actually the Sennheiser HT215s, which are sort of studio DJ style headphones. But in terms of reproducing the sound as accurately as possible, I did like the sound more on the Sennheiser MM400s than I did on my desktop headphones. So albeit the price was 4 times as much, but that is my observation. So. So in terms of sound stage, which is the noticing the location of different instruments coming from different areas, soundstage was fairly decent for closed on-ear headphones. Normally on-ear headphones can't really compare to some of the larger open alternatives, some of the higher end Sennheisers, the audiophile headphones from Sennheiser, AKG, B&W, all Bear Dynamic, all those headphones. But for on-ear headphones and for the size of these ones, when I put them on, listening to a lot of orchestral music, sounds actually appear to come from normally where you would expect them. So if I were actually facing an orchestra, violins would appear to come from my left, and the lower strings would come from my right. So the accuracy of where the sounds came from is actually fairly decent as well. And in terms of using it as a headset for phone conversations, I can't really give a clear opinion just because phone quality isn't that good to begin with. But in the phone and Skype conversations that I did have on my phone with the headset paired, I was able to hear my friends clearly, and apparently, microphone quality was decent as well. Again, can't really give a clear opinion on that. So, in conclusion, what do you get when you spend $350 to $400 on premium headphones? Well, you actually get quite a bit. On the design side, I really like the foldable ear cups as well as the Bluetooth functionality with the smartphone. The USB interface is also a great design as well, since you can buy replacement cables for cheap. It is micro USB. The replaceable battery is also a really nice touch. I didn't actually know that when I purchased the headphones, but did a little bit of research after I bought them, and if there is a problem with the battery or power with the headphones, instead of buying brand new headphones, having to get it shipped out and get it repaired, it's just a matter of buying replacement batteries, which are actually fairly inexpensive when I checked online. So in terms of problems that I had, probably the one biggest concern and the biggest problem that I did have is probably comfort. When putting these on, they did become uncomfortable after a short bit of use. I do have glasses, and so it does add to the discomfort factor quite a bit, just because it does push against my ear, which again pushes against the frame. So a little bit of discomfort, but I will give them another couple weeks and give an update on whether or not it's just a matter of breaking into them. But again, discomfort was probably my biggest concern with that. The other possible concern is just the overall aesthetics. I.e. it doesn't really look like a $400 pair of headphones. Probably looks like something that costs probably about half as much. That's just my personal opinion, but take it as it is. Since travel and portability was the focus point for these headphones, I would have liked a product that looked better overall. Construction is decent since it does have an aluminum frame, but when compared to for example, Sennheiser's Momentum line of headphones, the fashion factor isn't really there. But the sound quality is what it boils down to, and you do get an incredibly warm and pleasant listening experience with the Sennheiser MM400X, and it's probably one of the better headphones that you can get at most common electronic retailers. Alright, and that pretty much wraps up our pilot review, or I guess my pilot review. It is a collaborative channel, so we'll be seeing me as well as a lot of my friends. So leave a comment about what you liked, as well as what I could have done better. It would definitely help us out. Leave a comment as what you might want to see. I'm focusing mostly on tech reviews. A lot of my friends are going to be posting gameplay footage, as well as other tech related stuff. So check back in a couple of days and we'll see what you have in terms of tech unboxings, tech reviews, as well as gameplay footage.